How's it going, everyone? The Ballad here, and today I'm bringing you 5 easy ways to improve your skill in teamfight tactics. Firstly though, who's this guy telling you how to play? This is my first video, so no one's gonna be really informed on who I am. While I'm not a top player, I currently am in the top 0.7% of players on the NA server, and I'm pretty obsessed with this game and trying to break it down. Now, on to the reason why you clicked this video. The first thing that will help you no matter what rank you currently are is, well, you. To be specific, knowing where you are on the map. Time and time again, I see players, even high-rank master players, forgetting to check their location before the carousel. This is important as it can completely change your standing in the game. Say you're having a rough start, 1 item and only gold from the PvE round. If you have to click through the other players' maps to find yourself, that's precious time lost at the carousel to see what's available and what you want to grab. That item you have, you want to turn into the strongest item you can to increase your power early. No one wants to have a giant's belt and get stuck with a Negatron cloak because they were too slow to grab that chain vest or large rod. This leads on to my second tip. Knowing what is good. This goes for both full items and units. I know this sounds simple, but this can actually have some complexity to it. What I would recommend is knowing 2 or 3 strong compositions and what items work best with them. Then, once you have some item components, like a bow or a rod or a chain vest or something like that, see what they can build into and try to force that comp. I see people saying that forcing comps is a bad idea, and I would agree that it's a bad idea at top level play. But, utilizing this idea consistently, I'd be willing to bet that almost anyone could hit platinum rank without too much trouble. Now there are tons of videos out there by creators about what's good in the current meta. Simply take a look at what's good. Take a screenshot, write down what's good if you need to, but keep it within reason. I know that 6 Sorcerer GA Morello Yumi's Cho build looks amazing, but don't expect to hit that every game. It's fine if you get the items for it and hit an early Cho for instance, but just make sure you have the items lined up with your build. Have you ever heard a top player on Twitch say something like, "Looks like a Draven game," or something along those lines? It's probably because they hit really good Draven items like Rapid Fire Cannon and Bloodthirster. Now tip number 3 is don't be afraid to build items early. Granted that they're not bad items. Teamfight Tactics currently favors aggressive playstyles, even after the damage to player health change. If you have a bow on Vayne and a rod sitting on the bench, even though static is quote-unquote so OP, if you have to wait through 3 rounds of close fights or losses to hope for a tier at the next carousel, go ahead and make that Gwynsu's Rageblade. I know it's not the meta Vayne item, but it works well on her, and it will help you win a fight a lot more than just a bow well. The only times you should forgo this advice is if you're not about to die right after a carousel round. This is so that you can check what you get on the PvE rounds to potentially make better core items. Or, if you're already strong enough to not die and know that saving that item for another unit's core build would help you win harder. For example, this would be, you're winning some fights, you got above 50 HP, you have Vayne with a bow and a large rod on reserve, and an AoE unit needing a Morello's. Basically, if you know the unit your item is on isn't going to be your carry and you know you can survive till you have a chance at making the proper core items for your carry, you should go ahead and try to do that. But know that if things go south, like you don't get the belt, or you start losing hard, you will have to improvise, like building that Gwynsu's anyway. Fourth on this list would be watching the boards in play. If you win or lose a fight, watch to see why. Did your carry get hooked by a blitz, and that's what lost you the round? Scout out the other players and see if you can make adjustments to your positioning. Your composition could easily win or lose a fight depending on how you position your units. Typically, you want your defensive front line or crowd controlling units in the front, with your damage dealing units in the back being protected. If there's a blitz in the game, never put your carry in the corner, and put something you don't mind dying in that corner instead. If you are ever really unsure about how to position, the most neutral positioning in the middle with your carry protected against the wall is almost always acceptable. This position protects against blitz and assassins and allows your carry to be protected. The 5th and most important thing you can do to improve at this game is play it. Practice makes perfect. Knowing all the previous tips in your head does nothing for you if you don't put them into practice and get a better overall feel for the game. Some things can't be understood from watching YouTube videos or theory crafting. Some instincts you need to acquire by yourself by playing the game and getting a better feel for it. The ability to quickly look around boards and knowing who's strong and who's weak at a glance, knowing where your build can transition to, when to transition, when to roll, when to save. Things like this separate good players from great players. There's a reason why this game is called Teamfight Tactics and not Teamfight Strategy. It involves a lot of adapting and in-the-moment decisions. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, like it. I'm also going to be responding to any of the comments in this video for the first week or so of it being up. So if you have any questions or input you would like me to hear, go ahead and comment it down below. But for now, I'll see you in the next video.